and the values and everybody is listened to, then we understand we can't always get our way, but we have to know that we're part of that road to get to the decision, and we have been considered. And that maybe the decision, instead of being exactly A, will be a little bit maybe B, because we were taken into consideration. So maybe it's not going to be 100% what the leader wants, but it'll be 90, 80%, because he or she listens to what everyone here wants and is incorporating some of that to sort of tweak the plan.
Yeah.
So it's a process, but if there's trust and respect, it's very different than if it's just rolling over the people and saying, this is the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to say or quit.
Yeah, of course.
No leader wants to say that anymore.
Yeah, I think it's related to the power within the market, because we know like about the great resignation and COVID changed people, like changing even like in works that usually people need the work, you know, like blue collar workers that usually go to work because they need to get the money and to get to bring bread to their family, right? And right now, even them, they have a question mark, and even them has the power over these great corporations who need these workers, right?
Yes.
So how do you think COVID will change this future of work with this like power dynamics between employer and employee?
I think it's already changing. I think even the most staunch boss, will say, has softened a little bit. I think it's brought much more humanness to us individually and as a community and as a universe, as a world. I don't think any of us came out the exact same as we went in. None of us. And I think reality is reality. I don't think there are going to be many people who have not changed their leadership style at all. I think everybody is changing it, even a tiny bit, even if they don't say it. I think their heart grew a little bit. I like to think their hearts grew a little bit, that they are more genuinely concerned about people as people, especially if they worked for them before. Maybe now they'll wonder, oh, I think John has a couple of kids. You know, I wonder how they did. Maybe I'll ask him. Or, you know, I wonder if so-and-so feels they'd like to grow into another position here. I think that every leader has changed. And I think it will become apparent what their change will do within the company.
So I wonder, do you think it comes from the inside? Because I am, as a leader, had this change in my heart because I had something change in my experience of the world, and maybe some kind of a small crisis or a big crisis. And therefore I relate to people differently because I felt more lonely or I felt more frightened. That's one way. Or because people are resigning, because the market is changing and they truly need these workers and they need the employees, maybe that's the external reason for the change.
Yeah, both. I think it's both. I think we're all coming to terms now that we're looking at work again and the possibility of returning the exact same way we went in. So I think we're all coming to terms with how we feel about that. And leaders too. I mean, leaders have kids. Leaders were with their children. They weren't at the office every single day. What happened to their relationships there? How did they participate? You know, do they love being with the kids? Can they not wait to get away again?
that's an option. With my kids and his friend going back and forth, I'm just thinking about it, like they're in the background. and I'm thinking about like what was their experience, let's say about a leader who was saying like, I'm just dying to go back to what it was. That's an option. And now they're trying to be very strict because they don't want anything to change and they're getting more strict even. Or the other way around, they're saying, just a minute, now I see my kids differently and I see my family differently, I see my life differently. I want more balance or not. I want more work. I've had enough of them. I need more work just to balance the other way around. So just understanding that is very important. Mm-hmm. And another thing is the difference between your position, because if you're in the top layer of the company, you experience it differently than somebody who's really needs this next salary, and it's like a daily struggle for them, right? So it's different.
Right, right. And it's new. It's brand new for every single one of us. None of us have been through exactly this before. And we will not know where it all ends up for a few years. We will not know. We will not know in 6 months. We will not know in 1 year. We may not know in 2 years. So we there's no way of knowing. We just have to trust, come from a good place, trust and respect every step of the way, keep our eye on the ball because we have goals. Companies